Hey, it's Jimmy G with Jimmy's Sober Home, and I just wanted to cover some of the benefits and liabilities of sober living because it seems to be everybody has a lot of misunderstanding about exactly what sober living is. Well, sober living is typically for people who are coming out of treatment, either IOP or inpatient, and they need a transition spot. Instead of going back to the old people, the old places, the old things, they need a spot where they can transition. And what are some of the benefits? Accountability. It facilitates your growth and achievement. Um, Accountability is important when you come into sober living. You're going to be accountable to somebody, and you're going to think twice before you do anything that isn't very smart. Community. New people to assist you in developing new thoughts and habits. When you go back to old people, places, and things, sometimes it's hard to develop new habits because people will hold you to the lower standard, and rarely will they support you in the higher standard. Here, you've got a blank slate. New people, new place, new things. You can start all over. Safety. It's an environment free of triggers, which is kind of a buffer against relapse. Stability allows you to practice a sober lifestyle, and the low cost of just having a bed as opposed to renting an apartment or a house gives you an opportunity to save money. So there's a lot of stability in that. And there's resources. You can access different resources with the other members of the house, and the house also has a list of resources for different things, for training or personal development, professional development, whatever it is you're looking to accomplish. It's much easier to do when you're doing it in a milieu or a community of people who are trying to do the same thing. Now, those are all the benefits. What are the detriments? There are curfews, so you're going to have limited independence. You're going to be required to be home, at 10 o'clock for the first 30 days at night, 11 o'clock after 30 days. You're going to be required to drop urines or do a breathalyzer. There is accountability, and there are curfews. Conflicts. When you put, two people in a room and, 8 people in a living space, there's going to be conflicts. Hey, who dirtied that dish? Hey, who left this, the dryer without folding up their clothes? Who left their clothes in the washer? Who's going to clean the floor or do this or do that? There's going to be conflicts, and you can expect it. But most times when you live with somebody, even if you're married and you have a wife, there's going to be conflict. So, but it is a detriment, and you have to account for it. Availability. Sometimes there are no beds. I've been in situations in my short tenure of owning a sober living home where people have called around and there are no beds. So the resources are limited, they have to be available, and sometimes the market just gets depleted. So you're forced to go to another county or a different part of the state. Privacy. A lot of people, I think it's overrated. They're like, well, there's no privacy. Yes, there's no privacy. Whatever you were trying to do in private probably shouldn't have been done anyway. So everything is kind of public. You're living in a community, very little privacy. So there's limitations on privacy. There are very few beds available certain times. There are conflicts, and there are curfews. Those are the detriments. The benefits: resources, stability, safety, community, and accountability. So if you have any questions, I hope you can factor these pros and cons into your decision-making process and determine what's best for you. I want to see you be successful. If you have any questions that require further investigation, feel free to call me, 786-663-2396. And if you don't want to call, jimmysoberhome@gmail.com.